Previously on Power Reviews. After a hint of brightness. This is one of the stronger episodes of Power Rangers Samurai. Darkness fell on the Power Rangers Samurai.
They give up on it halfway through the episode.
Will Database Ranger be able to recover? Find out next on Database Ranger's Power Reviews.
Greetings, Ranger fans, and welcome to Power Reviews. Sorry about my outburst last time. I just wanted to let you all know that I've calmed down. Took a little self-reflection, but I managed to look deep within myself and find that inner peace I so very needed.
Subject appears to be reacting as expected to discreetly applied dosage of heavy sedatives.
What? Huh?
Mid-season premieres.
Right. So, mid-season premieres. Now, the purpose of the mid-season premiere is to reignite interest in the series, which may have flagged during the course of the hiatus. Power Rangers in Space introduced a new Megazord with the Mega Voyager, Lost Galaxy reintroduced Mike as the Mag Defender, and Lightspeed Rescue established Olympius as their new Big Bad. Big Bad. Big Bad. So, what else?
The mid-season premiere is intended not only to increase interest, but also to set expectations. Much like any other premiere or pilot, it will establish the tone and nature of the episodes and stories to follow.
Right you are. Now, the last episode from before the summer was not the best, but it did provide a promise of challenges ahead. But can that promise be kept? Or not be kept? That is the question. The question to be answered by episode 17 of Power Rangers Samurai. Broken Dreams. Oh no! The Rangers are fighting evil stationary kendo armor men! And Jaden's opponent is invisible!
They're training.
Oh. Cool. So, Jaden's still upset over the whole getting kidnapped thing, and it's totally messing with his head. Oh, and Mia's there. She wants to thank Antonio for wasting so much time on the black box, so she's gonna go grocery shopping and cook up some munchies for everyone. Munchies.
Bummer for Jaden, man. First Octoroot poisons him, now this.
It's funny because Mia can't cook. In the Netherworld, Xandrid is really annoyed at Dayu because, she was supposed to destroy Decker, and she didn't destroy Decker, and she just watched Decker and said, "Oh, Decker!" And Decker. So Xandrid decides to pull a Jimi Hendrix and set her guitar on fire.
My harmonium!
Whoa. I think that was another flashback. It's like this episode is like playing with our sense of time or something. Is today yesterday? So Dayu runs off to the human world to get her violin fixed, and Xandrid tells Ataru to phone a friend.
Summon Rhinosaurus.
Wait, what's his name?
Rhinosaurus.
Rhinosaurus!
Rhinosaurus.
Dude, that name is awesome. So, Dayu spots some musician guy playing guitar on the street and figures that his musical essence is the perfect thing to fix her cello. I knew a chick that played guitar once. She was awesome. But then she flew away.
Note: reduced dosage during future sedations.
So, Mia spots Dayu on her way back from grocery shopping, pops into an alley and morphs to rescue the street hippie. What follows is a pretty sweet fight scene, with Dayu using the hippie man as a human shield. Suddenly, a fog machine knocks everybody out, and we see this huge elephant rhino thing.
Rhinosaurus!
Yeah, him. He tries to gas Dayu too, but she says,
I'm not coming back.
Then the other Rangers show up, and they fight the monster thing, and Dayu runs away with the hippie, and Mia chases after Dayu, and Emily chases after Mia, and Antonio shows up too, but he's not morphed like everybody else, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so he decides to take a nap. What? Right, so, apparently the monster is trapping people in a dream world, which makes them extra tasty for him to eat later. He then jumps into Antonio and pops out of the hippie, then gasses Mia and Dayu, who roll down the hill together, and then he jumps back in the hippie. I guess it must be nice in there. So G explains the plot using his picture book. It turns out that all the sleepy people are enjoying their fantasies in the dream world up until the Nylok eats them up and makes nap time permanent. Jaden uses all his symbol power to reopen the hole in Antonio so Mike and Kevin can jump in his dreams and stop the buffet. Dude, a buffet would be awesome. Mike and Kevin fall into a world that's a cross between Pleasantville and George Pierre Surratt's A Sunday on the Island of La Grande Jetée.
Wait, what did you say?
You know, that paint thing on the island with all the umbrellas?
It seems pretty normal.
And just like normal, Antonio is wearing a spiffy suit and winning a trophy for biggest fish. And Bulk is on a horse. And his horse is amazing. I bet it tastes like raisins. So Bulk is now a samurai and Spike is his loyal retainer, both of which seem really tasty to the Nylok. But before he can satisfy his crazy cravings, Mike and Kevin take him down and morph into action. But they better look out, because they're in the world of...
Is Rhinosaurus.
Right. And he decides to take them out Looney Tunes style. But Mike figures out that he can be both John Travolta and David Beckham at the same time, and gives the Dream Lord Nylok a taste of his own medicine. During all this, Mia has been enjoying a dream of her own.
Wait until they taste the gourmet meal I've made.
It's funny because that's the only defining aspect of her character. But she's not alone. The smoke monster from Lost is there too. Mia steps in and spots a really dapper-looking Decker carrying a woman in white. Now, normally I would joke about how Decker looks far more maniacally evil here than he ever did in the real world, but I want to be serious for a moment. Can I? Can I be serious? Okay. Serious. This next scene is awesome. We are presented with moments in time, fading in and out with interwoven shots of Dayu, being watched by Mia as she is forced to endure each chillingly scored second. Decker and his beautiful bride exchange gifts. A new instrument for her, and an eerily familiar blade for him. Dayu knows what's coming next. The bride awakens to their home in flames, calling out for her beloved husband. Dayu can't breathe for the flames. They're outside now, Decker lying in his bride's arms, laboring for breath. She cries for help, and is answered.
I can save him for a price. Simply trade your humanity for an eternity in the netherworld.
We can only assume that this is the Nylok king that Daisuke spoke of. Seeing no choice, the woman agrees. She steps back as her wish is fulfilled. Decker survives, but as a half Nylok with no memory of his former love. Horrified by what she has brought upon them, she clutches her instrument close, assuming her new Nylok form. The woman is gone, and only Dayu remains, allowing herself to be engulfed by the flames of her broken life. I'm sorry, it's just so sad. I'm getting a little verklempt. Talk among amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. You is neither a die nor you. Discuss. Yeah, I feel better now. The Nylock pops out of the hippie, with the Rangers hot on his heels. They chop off his fog-making hand, and that makes all the sleepy people wake up, including Antonio. And I think Jaden, too, who looks like he nodded off while finding a little inner peace of his own.
You were trapped in the dream world.
I don't know why, but that seemed really profound. But Dr. Roo stops their impending drum circle and summons the giant Moogers and Spitfangs. So the two Brosifs decide to go Mega Mode and... wow! He's
so sparkly.
Yeah! And it's Zord time!
Let's rock, Lobster!
So big, and we're so tiny. So Jaden and Antonio defeat the giant Moogers, and Mike and Kevin force the Nylock to retreat, and Mia and Dayu wake up, and Emily, what happened to Emily? I think she got lost in the woods somehow. Weird. Well, she's just a country girl, what does she know? So, Mia approaches Dayu, and Dayu's all like, why you gotta be spying on my dreams? And Mia's like, are you okay? And Dayu's like, don't pity me. And Mia's like, oh no! And dude, here comes Emily! Dude, there goes Emily. Weird. Antonio and Jaden are really tired from fighting the Moogers, and it seems like they're gonna have some chill time. But look out! There's an intruder at the old Black Boot warehouse, and... dude! It's Decker, and he wants to duel. And that's the end of our episode. So, what did I think of it? Well, this one's pretty cool. The dream world is a great setting, and they really take advantage of the possibilities presented. Although I will admit, screwing up a dream world story would be pretty difficult. The surreal, almost ethereal aesthetic enhances not only the comedic scenes, but the dramatic ones as well. The origin of Dayu and Decker is easily one of the darkest and most tragic moments of the series, not just for Samurai, but also for Power Rangers as a whole. It took the Sentai storyline of a jealous woman out for revenge and recontextualized it into a sympathetic Faustian moment. This is a perfect example of taking censorship and finding opportunity. Reboot and Batman the Animated Series were both masters of this, taking notes from their censors and somehow managing to create even more evocative scenes while still following every one of those notes to the letter. Seriously, you should check out some of the stuff Reboot managed to write in binary. Totally inappropriate. So... what was I talking about?
The episode.
Right. Oh, and no eye contact. So, if I had to name any downsides, it would be that I can't see right now.
Uncover your eyes.
Oh, cool. I mean, I could nitpick on this one and talk about things like Emily's lame disappearing act, or how we're still not getting any real closure on the loose ends from the last two episodes. But even things that bothered me and boxed in, like the incomplete black box, or allowing the Nylock monster to escape, or ending on another giant Mooger battle, are all handled way better here. 1. Antonio's knocked out, so he's incapacitated. B. The Rhino dude escapes through a crack, so the Rangers can't follow him. And 4. The Moogers are only being used in another attempt to take out Jaden, which is totally consistent with Octoroo's character. And yeah, I do feel like this is a step in the right direction. And that's what this episode is, a step in the right direction. A good mix of fun, drama, action, and a little bit of originality. Makes you hopeful for what this second half of the season may bring. Who knows what crazy storylines they have coming up next. Speaking of which, what is the next episode?
The Ultimate Duel.
Sweet.
It's the season finale.
What?